Hello YouTube, hello Robloxians, and welcome back to Lumberland. This is Building with CBRoneK, and the biggest thing I've seen going around the net right now, at least on this game, not a whole lot of people are playing it anymore, but whatever, is the auto air quote unloaders. They've had it where you drive up onto a ramp, and the ramp that you drive up on, you hit a button with it, it respawns your vehicle. All the wood that was in the back of your truck falls out, and then you continue forward playing the game. It ends up costing you whatever the vehicle is. So some people are using the little tiny cars, some people are using the big truck like this. If you're using the truck, you're looking at $380 each time you respawn. You get a couple $100 in wood, spend $380 to respawn your truck. Not very much fun. I've seen other people make a ramp. Pretty neat design. You drive up it, and once you're up at the top, it like auto locks for you. Little hinges come up, or little trapdoors come up and lock you in place. And then you unload your truck by just opening up the tailgate. Not a bad design, except for not everybody has enough land to do a big ramp and then all the other stuff. Why ain't I getting out of my truck? There we go. So, I kind of came up with my own idea. There's downfalls with every single one of these, and every single one of them has a great little design to it. The question is, what are you willing to deal with versus not deal with to have an auto unloader? The biggest problem with mine, the little trucks, or the little trees don't quite work with this. What I mean is these little branches right here, my system will not allow you to unload that automatically. You got to have a thicker tree, or you have to load it properly onto the truck to make it work. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a second. We just need to get a few dozen branches to be able to fill up the back of the truck. And I am sure anybody who's been playing in any one of the games I've been bouncing in and out of is probably mad at me. I apologize. The way that I've been building this thing is through glitching, and how you go into a game as it's loading, you click on a handful of items, and then it'll automatically, or it'll be gone for you, but I'm sure everybody else still sees it. And then you go through, do your build around that, and you're good to go from that point. So I've been bouncing in and out of games building this thing because I need to do the glitch to be able to make it happen. And unfortunately, my base is kind of big. It's a level 14. So me doing that probably has made a few people upset as I go in and out of games. So if you notice, the way that I'm loading this is a little bit different than normal. I'm building around the wheel wells, or the wood won't unload properly. So you can't have anything that gets blocked up by the wheel wells. That is the biggest thing, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. It doesn't all have to be in the back part of your truck like I'm doing. It's just got to be... you got to have like a base put between the wheel wells for it to work. That's the biggest thing. If you don't have that base point, it won't work out very well. You know what? Let's do that. Let's adjust really quick. This is one of the longer pieces. It is perfect. Okay. So these guys are a little bit shorter than what I want to use. So I'm going to show you taking these into the truck. Come on. Up. There we go. All right. Now, whenever you load this, the secret to it is you got to have it between the wheel wells. So nothing can really go here. That'll cause a problem. The same thing on the other side. If anything goes in between the sidewall and the wheel well here, it'll cause an issue. It won't unload properly. But you can have stuff everywhere else. Like I could take this one and drop it right at the tailgate. Like so. And you could do that with all the rest of the wood. It doesn't matter. As long as it's not at the base of it, it's not at the wheel well, because it doesn't work very well. Oh, I think that kind of worked out a little bit there. See, I kind of have it a mess. It's not a big deal. It's going to end up shifting around once we get over there. Or the drive over there will end up making it shift. And of course, I got the base back here in the corner. So you can't go super high with it. That is one downfall, but you can't really drive with stuff too far out of the base anyways. This is a backup system, so you do have to back into it. All right. There we go. And I kept driving off the edges, so I made walls. And then, as you can see, the trap door blocks you. It makes it so you're stuck. The trap door is the key. So once you get it loaded, you come over, you flip your switch, pop open your tailgate. Because of the wood lift, it lifts me up a little bit. Not a big deal. Truck's front wheel drive. Then we drive forward. Oh, it glitched right at the end. There we go. Turn that off. It opens it back up. And all the wood, I don't have my stuff set up the rest of the way, but the sensor would go off, the wood would get cut, everything loads up the way it's supposed to, or the way you want it to. And this is just one way you can do it. Now, as you can see, this becomes an issue. Going sideways with them is a problem. If you can keep them straight in, that's ideal. Then everything lines up and everything unloads the way you want it to. Now, a couple of the glitches or the things that I haven't gotten a chance to do is a lot of the wood stuff. I do like to have, come on, there we go. What I would like to have is right at the edge of this, I want to build the 45-degree angle slots. That way everything kind of pushes down into the middle. Out here on the sides, I want to take the trap doors and make them so whenever they come up, anything that lands in the wheel wells, like what you've seen. Oh, I just totally dropped everything. Like what you've seen will get flipped up by the trap doors and pushed into the center. That way it's kind of like an automatic thing. Whenever you come off, this is forward, you would flip that thing down, unload the truck, and then you drive away. You flip one switch, it kicks that back up, so now you got your stopping point again. You flip another switch, and that's going to kick everything up into the air, so that way it unloads. Occasionally, you've got things that miss, but that's a part of the way things go sometimes. Now, another option. I like to have my single cutter in place. So this one is an unload by hand. This one, you can put the wood right through. It'll run up the system. And I'm eventually going to put the sensor in there like what I had before. And it'll open up my gate, put the wood through the system, and then I've got all this room back here to cut my 1x1 cutter, and it's going to drop right into here. I've been trying to figure out how to put the saw cutter piece back in there where it cut it down so it wouldn't get all messed up in my system. But then I realized if I make this different, a longer delay, have two different setups, because this is 10 units or 9 units apart. I'm going to bump this over by one more unit, make it 10, and have two saws drop right there. It'll cut it down by 5 by 5, so it's 5 and 5 units. The big wood like this should not cause any major issues. It'll go through here, get down in size, and then I can just have it come across and fall onto this, or even just turn into it. So I don't have to worry about the big craziness. Or I could have it come out of the back end of the second sawmill, turn over into the main line, and then just go and have this be my main line if I could get my 1x1 cutter done in this short run right here. Currently I'm having issues with the wood going up the ramp. For whatever reasoning, whenever I set this thing on here, it probably won't do it now. That happens. And as you can see, there's a little bend there. There's a little bend here. There's another one about every 3 or 4. There's a spot that does that. And I don't know why. I can't get it to work right. I've done it on computer. I've done it on Xbox. I just can't get this thing to not have these little bumps in the road. So I think I'm going to tear down my wall here, rebuild that whole system, and go from there. This part has been completed. The ramp goes inside. Oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to show you. It goes in there and goes around the corner. As long as I activate or do not activate this, which I still need to put the color so I know if it's on or off, according to inside, it will do what I need it to activate the secondary system. But it comes in, I no longer fit in there going through, so I had to make sure there was blocks that if the wood fell up and out, it wouldn't go outside of the system. But now there's blocks that go through there, blocking it off, making sure it stays on track. And then you come in here, you can see, oh, do we have a mess up? Oh, we got a red piece that ended up getting sucked in there. But this is going to be the one that goes out to the main house. So I'll have another switch that I flip and it'll activate that one. And that's for building inside. This is my first bin per se that I'm going to have that the wood will fall into. And going over here, see if I can get into the system. That's as close as we're going to get. There we go. So here's the first empty bin. The wood will come by, it activates that first lever or that first light that you see, and then it activates with the signal. So it turns on automatically according to the wood detector, activates the arm, the wood would fall down into here. There we go. And it does that all the way through. Every one of these are that way. Eventually I'm going to get in here and clean some of this stuff up so that way it's a little bit better. Oh, and then this is right where I stopped. So you guys seen in my last video my idea for the wood separator slash auto loader into the truck, which is this guy right here. You flip the switch, wood should drop down, fill up into the back of the truck as you wish for it to, if the bin is full. With the bin only having a couple pieces of wood in it, it's not going to happen. But you can back your truck right up to that and have no major issues. What else? Yeah, I think those are all my major issues that have been happening. I have been building. I've been rocking this thing. We're only 15 minutes into this. And I don't have anything else. So we're just going to build. Let's go park that truck. Or actually, let's do this. Activate fool. That's 2. Oh goodness, there we go. Zing. I don't know if you guys can hear it. My bird is upstairs screeching at me. So they come out of that one smaller. They should pop out of this one much larger. Yeah, full size. What is going on? Fun. We have stuff in the way. That's goofy looking. So you guys just seen the glitch system kind of happen right before your eyes, because there's a sawmill right there. If I was able to log in with my other people, with another character, you would understand that there's a sawmill there. This will be cute. There's really a sawmill right there. Alright, let's chop this thing down. This one down. I'm only doing these because I brought them here. Creep enough. Alright, now we're gonna get this vehicle out of here. Excellent. Alright, let's get back over here and see if we can make any adjustments to our plan. Explain that. See, I don't understand this. There. I know that's not going to open up the system. And that part of it sucks because I really needed to actually activate it, and it doesn't. Oh, come on. These are all the wires from my previous build. I wonder so if this one is designed to go one way, if I had a system or something that went onto it the opposite direction, see, I couldn't do that. So it's either go straight or not, and there's no way to reverse the tiles on these ones. So that wouldn't work. That idea's just got shot out of freaking space. Oh, dang it. To clean up some of this. So that way I can build right here. This is going to go do what I want it to, and that's fine. What? You were just moved. Why are you back? I just had an idea. That's going to be a lot of conveyors if I do that. But see, none of this stuff is conveying the way it's supposed to. And here comes the reason why Xbox is not the best for this. Look. Alright, I gotta cheat the system to be able to build. On that note, I'm gonna end this part of the video here. I will be back shortly on another video building up that little ramp that I make back here and seeing what I can do next. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. If you have any ideas on another build or something I can do, please let me know. I just keep coming up with little things that I think might help some people. Some people, not so much. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment, share. Let your friends know about it. I've got an Instagram out there too that I might be working on here soon to actually play a little bit more on that, and we'll see what happens. You guys have a great night. Thank you for watching.